pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hector Pino, and this is Elijah Pino. We are from Fresno, California, here on the West Coast, and just wanted to share with you guys a little bit of our experience working with CEO Warrior. Prior to being a part of CEO Warrior as a contractor, we started off just an electrical division, and we did a lot of work, service work, new construction work, and we always seemed to struggle in just connecting and making business work the way that it needed to work. Finally, we had been working, or not working, but just doing our research, trying to figure out how to bridge some gaps. And so we decided one day to incorporate or pay a visit, I should say, to one of the what do you call it? The business live event?
Service business live.
Yeah, a service business live event. And it was definitely impactful, but it goes back to what you were talking about the other day. It goes back to, people, they struggle to level up, and they struggle to, want to grow in their business because they're afraid to invest in themselves. They're afraid to ask questions. They're afraid to, what I'm saying? Like, the big struggle is like, well, how am I going to get my money back? And they go into these parts of their lives. It's the unknown, right? And so if there's anything that I can suggest, or if I can recommend or try to encourage or influence, invest in yourself. Being in a coaching program like CEO Warrior, it's life changing, because we do so many things now that we've never did before, and we've scaled our company, more than double. There's other parts that we have to do, to now, like, we've made more money and revenue, but now we have to learn how to figure out what to do with that money and how to keep it in our pocket at the same time too, right? So there's a lot of moving parts. Like, we know how to turn on the fuel, but it's, how do you keep the fire burning, right?
Yeah, I think for me, one thing that's been helpful is when I just remember the trip we took to Atlanta. That was our service business live that Hector was talking about. During that meeting, we were still electrical power source, just electrical power source. And we had Apex. Apex was doing remodeling at the time, and all of our electricians were on the electrical power source payroll, essentially. So what we were trying to do at that point was trying to understand where the holes were in our company. And one of the first conversations I had with Kevin, I know Sandy, one of the first things that we were talking about, because the electrical power source was just the electricians, and Apex was just remodeling, was how to understand where the holes were in our business. And everything wasn't broken out the way that it is now. Obviously, we made a lot of changes, but we never would have done that if it wasn't with the help and a little bit of a push. I guess we needed a little push from CEO Warrior to kind of separate the departments and essentially rebrand our home service. We also talked a little bit about, at that time, the HVAC, adding in HVAC to our company, adding in plumbing. That conversation started in Atlanta when we met with them for the first time.
Right.
And one of the first things when we got back was rebranded. And by the end of 2024, we were able to completely separate the two companies and then really understand where our flaws were, because we still have flaws. Like, that's a company is always, like, if you're not working on something all the time on yourself, you're
stay behind.
You're gonna stay behind, for one, and also you're delusional, man. Like, there's something always that can be better in your company, no matter what. There's just so many avenues. So right now, what I noticed is, like, our new construction side, we do very well with our billings. Like, everything looks pretty good on that side. It's the service side that we weren't focusing on correctly, and that's something that we've brought to light recently this year, and it's something that we need to really focus on. It. We're not capitalizing, or I don't want to use the word capitalizing, but we're not maximizing our opportunities when we're with our clients, and we're not offering them more, if that makes sense. And a lot of the times, it's when we don't do that, we're giving our customers less value too. I mean, there's so much more that we can be offering to our customers, and we're not doing it while we're in their home.
Right.
And that's just one of the small things that CEO Warrior has allowed us to do while working with them, is just creating clarity for ourselves and understanding where we can be better. So
When we were in Atlanta, one thing that I really, really like, one of the biggest takeaways for me when we met with CEO Warrior in Atlanta was like they gave us like a bird's eye view, or like a roadmap of where our potential, of where we can go with our company, right? It wasn't just like how do we make you better, but they gave us some direction on the potential of what we can become, right? So we were just electrical at the time, and some light remodel, new construction, of course, but being able to show us, this is what we're going to have to do to scale your business. This is potentially how long it's going to take, and then just putting our business in a position to where we could take it to acquisition if we wanted to, right?
Yeah.
Like we were taught, build your business like if you're going to sell it, even if you're not going to sell it, because you just never know, and I never really thought of it that way, man. You just always think that we want to build this business and we're going to have it forever and it's going to be generational, and and sometimes maybe that is the truth, but then sometimes you just never know what opportunity is going to present itself. So if you can, if and they were able to enlighten us a little bit, show us maybe a different path, just be on our toes, and be in position for whatever comes, right? And
Yeah.
so learning the books, learning how to train our technicians, like man, there's so much that CEO Warrior offers, man, to help us grow, scale, and be a great service to our community.
I think one of the things that they also bring to the table is they've built this community of contractors that they've had for years, and a lot of the contractors that are in the program with us, they're a lot bigger than us, man. Like they have a lot more going for them as far as their shops. They have better processes and things, and I always like being in the room with people that are doing better than me, because I can get there eventually, right? They have the roadmap.
We learn from them, yeah.
And all we got to do is listen, right? And implement. And listen and implement. And that's been what we've been doing for the last year and a half, or however long we've been. I think it's been a year and a half, maybe a little bit more. But it's like drinking from a fire hydrant, man. There's so much to get from every meeting we have with them. And I mean, the retainage as far as like every meeting is very minimal. So we have to constantly go back, re-listen to what people are saying, and write notes down every single time, because we definitely can only implement so much at a time. Yeah, that's my biggest thing that I'm working through right now, is just trying to implement everything and not miss anything.
Right. Kevin, Jason, CEO Warrior, they offer so much. There's so many meetings that are always being had, and if people fail in CEO Warrior, it's not CEO Warrior's fault. I'll tell you that, because it's lack of the individual or the company or the people that are in charge of the leadership within that company. If they fail in CEO Warrior, it's because they're not putting forth the effort, man. Period. To the end. That's exactly what it is. They offer so much. We have AIM meetings. They have all these other meetings that are outside of AIM meetings. I mean, the calendar is loaded. They have they do on-sites. They do meetings at headquarters. There's so much, man. There's so much, and you said it perfectly. Like there's so much meetings that we just continually have to revisit.
There's always something to learn.
Yeah.
There's always something to learn. And like even from this last event that we went to in at their main headquarters in New Jersey, from the war planning event that we did the previous year, I went in as prepared as possible on the first war planning event for 2025, and I felt like I didn't get a lot done that time, and there was just a lot left on the table. My war plan budget for 2025 was very inflated. I feel like, just because it wasn't realistic, and that's what they're practicing with us constantly, having our numbers correct. So when we implement our numbers for 2026, that they're not as inflated, they're more realistic. And basically, they have a couple of events that they put on that will allow your company to scale at a healthy rate. Because I mean, there's also the thing where a company can grow too fast and they can take on too much at one time, and then
That kills you.
that can also kill you. Yeah. So the war planning event that we go to every year, it's very, very, like, it's vital at this point. It's something that is a requirement for us to attend every single time. And yeah, I think every single year, the more that we go, war planning is just going to get more accurate, and we're going to have better budgets for our company, and we're just going to continue to scale at a healthy rate.
Yeah. You know, last thing here, man, is one thing that I can appreciate, what I love about CEO Warrior, man, and truly, we have met some amazing people, man. We have made some phenomenal friends, people that, you know, they're not just friends, but we call family, people that are within our AIM group we've gotten close with. And, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for, DNS and for Handyside and, some of the other people that constantly even reach out to us on a personal level and see about our well-being and our families and, our general within our own AIM group. Like Carly, she's amazing. Dave's amazing. Our whole group is amazing, but it's gotten really personal, right? And to me, I feel like they're family. I'm grateful to Kevin and Jason for allowing us to be a part of CEO Warrior. To me, it's a great organization. We have great mentors that help us grow our company. We've been able to scale our company. Not saying that it's easy, because every step of what we're doing takes a lot of work and energy, and we have things that, deficits that we're still climbing out of, but they help us through it. There's challenges that we don't have answers to, but we have a community of people that help us, solve the problems, help us execute the things that we're trying to accomplish, man. And I couldn't be more grateful for CEO Warrior. So with that being said, man, you have anything to conclude?
Just say, if you're a contractor here in the Valley, or if you're anywhere watching this video and you're interested in growing your business, or just overall looking at your business from a bird's eye view, and like seeing how a previous business owner would look at your business and kind of grade you, I guess, because CEO Warrior is going to be the community to do that with. They have a lot of high skilled coaches and people that have been previous business owners and successful business owners. So they'll be able to help you through any of the problems that you are facing now, and even ones that maybe they haven't gone through personally. But like I said, there's a community there, so they all have different opinions, and it's a great way to be able to get your answers
Right.
from them. So,
well, they have a proven track record. There's people that they have helped and start and take to acquisition and create generational wealth.
yeah.
So appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.